Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw aboard the American Empress on the Columbia River, as you can see right behind me. And I'm here with Fritz van der Werf, who is the Senior Vice President, Guest Experiences for American Queen Voyages. We're going to talk to Fritz about the what the experience is that is delivered on board. He's actually fairly new to American Queen, so we're going to get his impressions of this really wonderful product on the Columbia River. And you're going to find out about that and more on Insider Travel Report. Now, Fritz, first of all, it's great to see you here. It's wonderful. It's been a great cruise for both of us, I think, because it's first for me and it's first for you, right?
Yes, correct, James. Pleasure to have you here on board on the beautiful American Empress. It's my first cruise in the Pacific Northwest. I spent nearly 5 years living in Seattle, but never managed to get out on the Columbia River and Snake River. So I'm very pleased to be here with you.
No, that's great. And then let's talk a little bit about your background, because you have been in cruising and also hospitality for quite some time, right?
Yes, correct. I've done, a good mixture of both, James. I spent most of my corporate career in the cruise industry with Norwegian Cruise Line and Holland America Line. But also had a mix of shoreside hotel experiences with St. Regis Hotels, private club, and most recently with Westgate Resorts.
No, so you got that whole hospitality career going, and now you're bringing that all to American Queen. And you've been here for what, about 2 months now?
Close to 2 months, correct. Yeah, and this is my my last ship on the river fleet that I'm visiting. I've had the pleasure already to sail first on the American Queen, then on the Countess, visited the Duchess, and this is rounding up all the boat trips.
Absolutely, and it is a gorgeous trip here. We got some great weather today, I got to tell you. It's not always this way in the Pacific Northwest, but this is the right season for it. Now, given the fact you just started, what is you literally got here, just what mission have you been given as Senior Vice President Customer Experience?
Yeah, I think the mission really is to sharpen the experience. It's a great product already as it is, but we want to just take it up a notch, but maintaining that high quality of personalized service that is here. It's a very family feeling, right? The crew and the guests at some point really become part of a family. And so we just wanted to sharpen that experience in terms of service delivery.
Yeah, so it is, and they do. The crew is great on board, and I remember that from the days I've sailed on the Mississippi. American Queen's cruise has always been great. Now, now this is your first cruise on American Empress, and you've been really cruising on the other vessels. What is your impression of this product?
I think this product in particular is like a miniature version of our flagship, the American Queen. Right. It really brings a lot of memories for me to go back to that first vessel to say, all right, this is just a smaller version, but it has the same nostalgia, it has the same aesthetics. And then from a service delivery and product experience, it's very unique to the Pacific Northwest.
Right.
Everything that we're trying to do from the food and beverage standpoint and wine and food, it all comes back out of the region that we're sailing in. If you look at the tours, very much Lewis and Clark and all the history that goes into there.
Well, I want to talk about the tours a little more in the next question, but okay. that is the accommodations are great. The food is excellent. There's no question about it. What do you want to deliver to guests? I mean, how do you think that all this can be improved in the future?
Yeah, I want to go back quickly, James, because actually today we just got awarded in Sea Trade Europe for our great culinary program and how unique it is on the rivers. So we have a culinary ambassador, Regina Charbonneau.
I know her well, yeah, absolutely.
And so she has been integral in delivering a much more authentic experience in the areas that we sail on these rivers. And so just to see the reward and the accolades that we're finally getting from that, that's just awesome. I want to recognize the team for that today as well.
No, absolutely. And I actually think I had one of her creations, a pain perdu, French toast with peaches. I think Regina had a hand in that one. I don't know.
For sure she did. Yeah, for sure she did.
No, but what do you think it can be improved? You got great food. Where are you going to try to add some extra stuff?
Yeah, well, it's in every level. I think when you look at the human capital that we have, the team members that work on board these these vessels. That's where we want to make improvements in service delivery. If we're looking at the regional experiences that we have just been awarded, and recognized for, how can we tie that up and bring it up a notch even further? And at the same time, look in hotel operations, look in entertainment. Which is already again a great performance each and every day of the team members here.
We've interviewed her. I interviewed your cruise director, who was really the chief entertainment trainer on board too, right?
Correct. Yeah, he is phenomenal. He can really sing and play and dance any step, I would say, in the entertainment arena.
Yeah. Now let's turn to the shore excursions, which you started to talk about earlier, because you do have a very unique shore excursion program. You got the free, what you call hop on, hop off bus, which is actually marvelous, and it's a great way to see the places you're going to. And then you got a sort of more paid one to, like I've gone on one already, and they are amazing as well. It's just an extra charge. That's all.
Yeah, I think that really sets us apart on the rivers, James. We have this unique program where buses follow our guests along the river, and you also make a connection again with that bus driver for our hop-on, hop-off services. So in each of the ports, starting at your embarkation port where you all meet at a pre-cruise hotel, you get into the bus, drops you off at the vessel, and from there on you'll see that bus and that same bus driver for all the hop-on, hop-off in the various ports. And including in that is activities, entertainment, museum, etc., that are all free of charge, part of our program. And then if you want to splurge and really go take a deeper dive into the areas, we have our premium excursions. Sure. And those go really from zip lining to plane rides to car museums, Corvette museums, you name it. And obviously Lewis and Clark, and really.
Well, that's what I did yesterday with Lewis and Clark, and it was marvelous. And boy, if you want, you're doing a little history here, trying to remember Lewis and Clark, and a lot of the lectures on board. The River Lorian, who's a great asset here, is the history of the river. He really does a great job, and he gave lectures already on Lewis and Clark. He's got more to come, and I did go on the Lewis and Clark expedition yesterday, and it really was fantastic. But I got to tell you, the hop on, hop off, the very first day before I was even on the ship, we went to the Rose Garden in Portland, which was absolutely beautiful, and we ended up at the ship. And then I think 2 days ago, I went on a hop on, hop off, and I saw an old mansion that was owned by one of the captains that founded Flavel House, who was in Astoria. And then I went to the Astoria column, so it was a pretty good introduction to, I want to go back now, introduction to Astoria.
Yeah, and we continue to refine these experiences. We have a great talented team of shore excursion leaders, and we're constantly analyzing and looking for new opportunities to bring to our guests in the various ports that we sail. So it's a really take advantage of those programs for sure.
And it is great. You don't have to do the extra, but they are worth it, believe me. And they don't cost that much actually when you get down to it.
Sure.
But the hop on, you got the challenge is to get a hop on, hop off and one of the paid excursions together, and I managed to do that actually in Astoria very, very nicely, and I'm going to try to do that again in one of the other ports. Now, we go out to about 125,000 travel advisors out there. What do you want to tell them about what their clients, your guests, are going to experience on this cruise on American Empress?
Yeah, well, first off, we want to thank the trade to begin with. We're so thankful to partner with them on an ongoing basis.
We are coming in here now. I think somebody's in front of us. We'll see what happens, but that's what happens on the river, right?
Exactly. There's never a dull moment. But I want to thank the travel advisors and the trade for being such a loyal partner with us at American Queen. This is a unique product. It doesn't gonna go anywhere. We will continue to evolve, to refine our experiences, and we're looking forward to getting your guests on board for many more years to come.
And absolutely. And if you get a chance to come on board to try it out, you'll understand what we're talking about. It really is an amazing experience. It's different from Mississippi. Maybe people think, I know American and Queen, but this is a different product too.
Yeah, thank you very much, James, for being here, and looking forward to seeing you on one of our other vessels soon.
Fantastic. I'm James Shillinglaw aboard American Empress, and this is Insider Travel Report.